Amaravati and other Buddhist sculptures. Welcome to the land of Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama lived about 2500 years back. The son of an Indian warrior king, Gautama led an extravagant life through early adulthood, reveling in privileges of his social caste. But when he got bored of the indulgences of royal life, Gautama wandered into the world in search of understanding. After encountering an old man, an ill man, a corpse, and an ascetic, Gautama was convinced that suffering lay at the end of all existence. He renounced his princely title and became a monk, depriving himself of worldly possessions in the hope of comprehending the truth of the world around him. The end of his search came while meditating beneath a tree, where he finally understood how to be free from suffering and ultimately to achieve salvation. Following this epiphany, Gautama was known as the Buddha, meaning the Enlightened One. The Buddha spent the remainder of his life traveling around India, teaching others what he had come to understand. Buddhism is a global religion. The four truths express the basic orientation of Buddhism. The first truth identifies the presence of suffering. The second truth seeks to determine the cause of suffering. The third truth, the end of suffering, which has dual meaning, suggesting either the end of suffering in this life on earth or in the spiritual life through achieving nirvana. Then, the fourth noble truth charts the method for attaining the end of suffering, known to Buddhists as the Noble Eightfold Path, namely, right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. According to Buddha, the way to liberation and peace is to live without any desire and attachment. The sculptures you see here are from Amaravati, which is now the capital of Simandra. The word Amaravati translates as the place for immortals. Amaravati is located 32 kilometers from Guntur and 39 kilometers from Vijayawada in Simandra, right on the banks of River Krishna. It is one of the few places where the river flows north instead of south or east. This has been considered auspicious. Kala Chakra. This description shows that Danyakatakam or Amaravati was a very significant place, marking the origin of many Buddhist tantric teachings, especially Kala Chakra. The Amaravati Buddhist sculptures are famous for their uniqueness. There have been slabs with Buddhist inscriptions as found in the Buddhist shrine of Amaravati. It is home to best known 2000 years old Buddhist relics, which makes the place an important pilgrimage center for the Buddhists. During the time of its construction, the Amaravati Stupa must have been the largest stupa in the whole country. Earlier structures of the stupa was a simple structure with limestone crossbars and simple carvings, but was later renovated by the Satavahana rulers, after which it became a highly marked architectural monument. The stupa is found to be engraved with intricate carvings depicting the life and teachings of Lord Buddha. This is a Sariraka type of stupa. Mahastupas are known as Sariraka stupa, which contains buried bodily remains of Lord Buddha. And the other type of stupa is Paribhogika stupa, which contains the buried belongings of the Buddha. Devadatta, who was always jealous of the Buddha, wanted to kill him. He tried and failed in many attempts. Finally, he conspired with the palace Mahots and let loose Nalagiri, the fierce elephant, to crush the Buddha. The animal created a havoc all around. But the fierceness of the animal vanished upon seeing the Buddha. It knelt down in front of the Buddha. This scene was beautifully sculptured and is now preserved in the Amaravati Gallery. The begging bowl. According to Buddha, a man lets go of his ego and pride when he begs. So Buddha carried around a bowl for alms. That's how the legend of the begging bowl of Buddha started. The lotus is an aquatic plant that plays a central role in the art of Indian religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Jainism. In Asian art, a lotus throne is a stylized lotus flower used as the seat or a base for a figure. It is the normal pedestal for divine figures in Buddhist art and Hindu art, and often seen in Jain art. Originating in Indian art, it followed Indian religions to East Asia in particular. In Buddhist symbolism, the lotus represents purity of the body, speech, and mind, as if floating above the murky waters of material attachment and physical desire. According to legend, Gautama Buddha's first steps made lotus flowers appear everywhere he stepped. Here, we can witness sculptures of lotus on various stupas. Few depict the life journey of the Buddha, and a few have the teachings of the Buddha on them. Jainism. Now, you will step into the world of Jainism. Jainism is an ancient Indian religion and the method of experiencing extrasensory knowledge and extrasensory joy. The method is described in its religious texts Paragamana Samayasara and Agama Tattvartha Sutra. Jain Dharma traces its spiritual ideas and history through a succession of 24 leaders or Tirthankaras, with the first being Rishabhanatha, or also known as Adinath Bhagwan. The main religious premises of the Jain Dharma are ahimsa, non-violence, anekantavada, many-sidedness, aparigraha, non-attachment, and asceticism, abstinence from sensual pleasures. Devout Jains take 5 main vows: ahimsa, non-violence; satya, truth; asteya, not stealing; brahmacharya, sexual continence; and aparigraha, non-possessiveness. Mahavira was born in the early part of the 6th century into a royal Kshatriya Jain family in present-day Bihar, India. His mother's name was Trishala and father's name was Siddhartha. They were lay devotees of Parshvanatha. Mahavira abandoned all worldly possessions at the age of about 30 and left home in pursuit of spiritual awakening, becoming an ascetic. Mahavira practiced intense meditation and severe austerities for 12.5 years, after which he attained Kevala Jnana, omniscience. He preached for 30 years and attained moksha, meaning salvation. 2 major annual Jain festivals associated with Mahavira are Mahavir Janma Kalyanak and Diwali. During Mahavir Janma Kalyanak, Jains celebrate Mahavira's birth as the 24th and last Tirthankara. The 5 auspicious events of Mahavira's life are reenacted. Diwali commemorates the anniversary of Mahavira's Nirvana and is celebrated at the same time as the Hindu festival. Diwali marks the new year for Jains. Jain Dharma has 2 major ancient sub-traditions, Digambaras and Shwetambaras. The Sanskrit word Digambara means sky-clad, referring to their traditional monastic practice of neither possessing nor wearing any clothes. Digambara monks cherish the virtue of non-attachment and non-possession of any material goods. Shwetambara means white-clad and refers to its ascetic's practice of wearing white clothes, which sets it apart from the Digambara, sky-clad Jains, whose ascetic practitioners go naked. Shwetambaras, unlike Digambaras, do not believe that ascetics must practice nudity.